and we scroll down our list of friends, we can see Marston's right here. As a matter of fact, if we go to my pictures, and I go to my photos, and this is a picture of Debbie, who I met on a social networking site. Let's scroll down here, and here is, let's go to the next page, because I've got some pictures. Oh, I thought it did. I guess I hadn't posted them yet. I actually have some pictures of Marson and I on my boat. Well, as long as I brought it up, let me just there you are. So this is the southern tip of the beach. Marson was here for his annual convention. And this is the southern tip of Miami Beach. I live right there in that apartment, that condo. And the beach is right, and this is the ocean out here, and that's the ferry to Fisher Island. And anytime you all come to South Beach, you just give me a holler, and if I'm in town, we'll go sailing, because it's one of the things that I absolutely love. Okay, so let's get back to that little conversation. It's always good. Now, Marson went online and he did a search for someone that was in his old company. He used to be in Herbalife. Couldn't make any money doing it. Loved the whole concept of network marketing. Now, I'm not saying that Herbalife's a bad company. But just because you can't make money in one business doesn't mean you can't do it in another one. So he went online to find someone in Herbalife. So he starts a conversation. Hello from Minnesota. I see you're a distributor with Herbalife. Are you on the president's team? Now you control the conversation by asking questions. And only someone that used to be in Herbalife would know about the president's team. No, just a supervisor. Things have been tough going lately. Are you a distributor? Now do you think if he thought that this person wasn't an Herbalife distributor, he would have said things have been going tough lately? I was for over 2 years. How long have you been with Herbalife? We're on our second year. How are you making out with it? And you see what happened was he missed the was. I am no longer a distributor with Herbalife, but I am still in network marketing. I just found a different vehicle. What made you decide to start with Herbalife? Learn about them, not the business. He's talking to an Herbalife brother. I had in the past been with Amway, but it was just not going anywhere. My brother-in-law got in and started talking to me about it, and it seemed like a good deal. Now notice that there's a conversational banter going back and forth. There's a lot of red, and that's what you want to see. You want to see them talking more than you. When you're doing more talking, you're not connecting. You said it's been going tough lately. How come? Mostly the people in my area just don't want to spend the money to be healthy. I understand. I've been in the same boat. Are you full-time with Herbalife? No, I have a full-time job, but my wife is a stay-at-home mom and she stays busy with it. It's the other way around in our house. I stay home and do the biz and wife works part-time. Are you guys planning on staying in the biz for much longer? We'll see. I've given up trying to sign on other distributors and just work on retail. That's the best way I have found to make any money. But the only drawback is I'll be doing that till I'm 80 if I live that long. Marson's typed 2 lines, 2.5 lines. His friend typed 3.5. Please don't get, plus you don't get any residual income that way. No sales, no money. Now, only another Herbalife distributor would know that. If I may ask, what keeps you doing the business then? And boy, this is an answer that you hear over and over again that keeps everybody in the business. To hope that one day I come across a couple of go-getters and sign on under me. Right now I have one and 3 others that think people are just going to approach them by passing out flyers. What is the name of your team, if I may ask? I was with the I office. Not sure, I'll have to ask my brother-in-law. No problem, I was just curious. And this is the first place where he does not ask a question. Now watch what happens. What are you doing now that you're not in Herbalife? People are naturally going to be curious about you. Now notice that he never asked him when he said I work full-time and my wife does this part-time. He never asked him, well, what do you do? What's your full-time job? Because these two have already connected. They've already connected, and he's staying on track talking about the Herbalife business. I found a different network marketing company. Now look at this answer. I found a different network marketing company. Now this part I have a problem with. From what you said, looks like you guys have this lottery mentality. Keep buying tickets and maybe you will win someday. Some people might look at that as being insulting. He really didn't have to say that, but he pulls himself out by saying the following. I've been there, so I can totally relate. Have you ever thought about other ways of doing business? And what he should have said here was, have you ever thought about getting into another networking company? And so his friend comes back and says, sure, I'm always looking for ways to make money. You know, the internet has really revolutionized the network marketing industry. Flyers don't do the job anymore. They did in the 80s, though. Have you found any other ways so far? And so now we're going to be talking about ways to make money in Herbalife when we could have been talking about another business. Yeah, but there's just some people you just can't get through to. What do you mean? About the flyer thing. Just trying to get the downline to understand that you have to make contact with people, not wait for them to come to you. And that's the same thing on MySpace. You can aggressively go out and find people who have put up these pages. They're putting these pages up because they want to be contacted. And you know their online agenda, you know all the things they want to talk about by the contents of their page. It's hard to work with people. As Jim Rohn says, working with people is like trying to herd cats, LOL. What keeps you going there? Notice he's always ending in a question. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm taking financial aid from the homeless, LOL. LOL, we all do that once in a while, so have you found some other ways to make money? Other than working 40 hours and then doing jobs on the side? No. Ouch. That must take a lot of time away from your twins and your wife. Would you be open to looking at a different company? Yeah to both, but I'm going to have to turn in for the night. I have to get up at 4. Sure, my name is Mark, by the way. Let's talk another time. And notice what he says here. Sounds good. I'm online at nights around 8. So he's letting them know when he would be available to talk. Let's look at another conversation. Hello, my name is Darren. How are you today? Hello. A little bit of a time lag in getting started. My name is Darren. How are you? I'm Cindy, and I am doing fine, thank you. I'm 25. How old are you? I'm 32, and you know, it's one of the few places on the internet where women will tell you how old they are. From Michigan here, where are you? I'm in St. Augustine, Florida. Nice area. Traveled there before. How long have you been online? 2 years for me. About 2 for me also. Yes, St. Augustine is beautiful. And I want you to notice the conversational flow here. Red, black, red, black. Nobody's talking more than the other person. It is becoming quite popular. I teach. What do you do? I work for a large corporation in the payroll department. How long have you done that? And this is a common answer that you're going to get. Too long, almost 11 years. That is a long time. How do you like it? I'm getting tired of doing that kind of work. It's time for change. Can it really be that easy? You better believe it can. If you could pick a green M&M out of a bowl of candy, it starts with your choice of the people you talk to and then moves over to the questions that you ask. What else do you have in mind? I'm almost embarrassed to admit that right now I don't even have a clue of what I should do. I just know that I'm not happy anymore. And I need to make some life changes. Look what he did here. What else do you have in mind? And look at all the red. What would you be doing if money were no object? Say if you won big on the lottery, where would you be? Oh, I would definitely be contributing in some way to humanity. I would be working to save the planet if I didn't have to work a regular job. Sounds like you would enjoy working for yourself. I would love to have the time and money to be able to help in some way. I feel so useless right now and very frustrated lately. Do you like helping people? You notice question, question, question. I like to help people try to help themselves. Does that make sense? Maybe I could help you. I teach people how to run a business from home on their computer. Would that appeal to you? I have checked into that before and I was discouraged. Yes, it does appeal to me. What was it you looked at? There's a lot out there. A lot of scams, too. Again, before he rushed in to talk about what he was doing, he said, well, what have you looked at? I was just browsing one night and came across a site that sounded so positive, but as I kept reading, it became so involved that I became frustrated. Yes, it was like a scam to me. I bet that makes it hard on the ones who are honest. And when you see that person typing down at the bottom, wait, let them finish. I like to keep things simple. I have helped many people. And here he didn't ask a question. So she said, well, what do I have to do? I'm not that sophisticated. LOL. Share information with other people. What kind of information? Well, I can email you information on a company I work with online. It provides a lot more information than I could ever type here. How much time do you spend online? I spend about 3 to 4 hours every night before bed. Now let me point something out to you. That you're going to meet people on the internet who may or may not be interested in doing this on the internet. There are all kinds of ways to build a network marketing business, so just because you're meeting people online doesn't mean that they are going to be doing this online. You connect with a network marketer who was a little disenchanted with his company, and he's got a group of about 1,000 people, and he's looking to make a change. He's not going to spend any time online. You're going to be helping him on the phone, bringing all the other dissatisfied people from his company over to yours. If you are serious, I can send you some info on what I do. I could be your online mentor. And people, and she laughs at him. I get pleasure from helping others. I'm serious about making a change. I just don't know exactly what yet, but I'm willing to listen or read, LOL. I have an online friend that writes daily motivations. I'll send you today's. It was all about love what you do or do something else. She says, thank you. You have mail. You sound like an upbeat person. You should enjoy that. She says, that was nice to read. Glad you liked it. Very much what I believe in. I loved it. So are you serious about making a change or just making some light instant message chat to pass some time? Yes, I'm very surprised that you IM me at such a time in my life. I don't chat very much at all. You seem like a great communicator to me. Thank you. Compliments are appreciated. I don't get any at work. I'm going to send you a little info on what I do. Add me to your list and let me know what you think. On one condition, with a little wink. What's the condition? That when I help you succeed, you'll help others do the same. Deal? If I am interested and I choose to take this route, then certainly I would want to share it with others. I'm like you. I like people to be happy. Good answer. I've always wanted to help in some way. Do you see how much red we're dealing with here? When you're talking to people about themselves, they open up. They will tell you stuff on here that you don't want to know. Very good, I will show you. I am willing to open my mind and read anything you send to me, and I thank you for sharing it. My pleasure. If you like the motivational message I sent you, I think you're going to love what I'm going to email you about working for yourself. You have all the necessary credentials to be successful with it. Okay, I'm adding you to my list, and I will be in touch one way or another, okay? Sounds great. I look forward to talking again. Is there any certain times of days that I should try to catch you? And again, this is a clear indication that she wants to keep this conversation going. I'm off and on. Just look for me on your list. And that's how that conversation went. Now, let me show you the things you don't want to do. Mickey starts the conversation making reference to her screen name, the Love Song 3. So we start out that the Love Song 3, that's a unique screen name. How did you come up with it? Now, people like talking about things that they are interested in. A song by a Christian group, Third Day, is named Love Song, and I loved it, so it stuck. Okay, that's great. My name's Mickey. How long have you been an office manager? Now, you know, they say the straightest line between the straightest distance between, the shortest distance between two points is a straight line. And so there's no reason for you to try to take shortcuts. The first question he should have asked is, what do you do? And even though she had it in her ad, in her page, she would have come back and she would have said, I'm an office manager. Or maybe I work for a company, I'm the office manager. And maybe she would have written 2 or 3 lines. Instead he says, well, how long have you been an office manager? That's great. My name's Mickey. How long have you been an office manager? I'm Leslie. Nice to meet you, Mickey. I've been the office manager for about 2 years. And then she goes, by the way, where did your screen name come from? Now look what he types. It's always been a dream. His screen name is Living the High Life. It's always been a dream of mine to have a really great life, financially. And so I was introduced to this wonderful opportunity with a great company providing a product that people want. And as a result of the financial returns that I'm making, I came up with the name Living the High Life. He's giving her his elevator speech. But look how much black compared to the red. He's talking too much. And he's talking about himself. It's always been a dream of mine to have a really great life financially. And so I was introduced to this wonderful opportunity with a great company providing a product that people want. And as a result of the financial returns that I'm making, I came up with the name. What he should have said was, I have an internet business that is going well financially, so I created the name Living the High Life. And ask a question. What kind of office do you manage? Now here's globe-trotting David. You know I love this because when David and I started working together, he was engaged, and now they're married. He's got a great picture of him and his wife. But this is what people are going to see when you send them an instant message. This is what they see. Would you like to accept this message? If you're connecting with somebody during work, well, maybe the boss is around. Let's see what David is up to. Okay, so let's take a look at David's profile, because the profile is part of being accepted. David, the martial artist. Ask and thy shall receive. Well, he spelled receive wrong. David, the martial artist, is looking forward to my company conference next week at wherever. He's excited. We scroll down. Sales professional. Love it all. Looks great. Let's get back to this conversation. There's always been it turns my stomach when I read this. That's awesome. Do you enjoy what you do? Now, follow the eyes. I managed an office once, and between the pressure of not being able to spend enough quality time with my family, I decided I needed a way out, and that's when my wife and I decided our business. How about you? Do you enjoy what you do? What he should have said was, I love what I do because I get to spend time with my wife and family. How long have you managed? Or she told us how long. What kind of office do you manage? What did you do before? Look what she says. I do enjoy what I do. However, time is important. Like you said, it's hard to balance work and family. And then in parentheses, she says, you sound like a commercial. LOL. And it goes right over his head. I've been told that a lot. You know, let me ask you a question. If somebody told you that you had bad breath a lot, what would you do? You'd carry mints around. You'd carry a small bottle of Listerine or something. You sound like a commercial. He sure does. And if you sound like a commercial, you're going to have the same results that this fellow had. I've been told that a lot. But the reality is that family is the most important thing to me. Leslie, I saw my dad worked hard when I was growing up, and I only saw him on weekends. I want more time with my wife and my son. That's my reason for what I do. Have you ever thought about another option that would allow you the quality family time you need? I have thought of that. It would be lovely to work from home one day if I am blessed with children. Look at this guy. Well, there's no time like the present. Are you open to the possibilities right now? And then he goes, Leslie, may I add you to my contact list? Now look at the answer. 2 letters. Okay. It's fine to add me, but she doesn't say she's open to the possibilities. What? Of having kids? Are you open to the possibilities of having kids? Or are you open to the possibilities of working from home? It looks good. So he says, okay, it's fine to add me. And now he is relentless. How ready are you to explore your options of quality family time and ultimately taking full control of your time, your finances, and everything else? Please feel free to continue. I'm curious. And what she's saying here is, I'm not really interested, but feel free to continue. Have you ever heard of network marketing? A little bit. Okay, well, what was her experience? Do you have any experience in network marketing? And here he goes. Here he goes. Look at this. Look at all the type. Leslie, I am with this reputable company that provides a product that people need, and it allows individuals such as you and I to start our own business. And with a little bit of work, you gain great rewards, financial freedom. My wife and I have been doing this for the last 8 months. I used to manage an office and had very little family time, but now I'm enjoying my son and having time to do some of the things I want to do. God, I hope he didn't type this. But she says, what product is this for? Here he goes. We're with a company called Zango. We distribute a product called mangosteen. What does mangosteen do? And he's getting all worked up. Mangosteen is a fruit grown in Southeast Asia, Thailand, and has for certain centuries been used in folklore remedies. Blah, blah, blah. May I send you a link? She says, is it www.zango? Actually, it is. He gave her a different one. Now, you know, this is the internet. And I attended a conference once where a lot of people were concerned in the industry that a distributor can go online and create a website. Zango is a ripoff, or they can create I lost my money in Zango, and so you can find examples of people in any network marketing company that are happy, and examples in any network marketing company of people who are sad. I thought I'd gotten ahead of you. How long has this been available in the U.S.? I believe you're ahead of me, Leslie, and are truly desirous of taking control in your life. And boy, is he wrong. Zango, the company, has been around for 3 years. This is certainly something I want to take a look at. Take the time to look into more. It looks like you can make a lot of money if you choose. It definitely offers a great financial opportunity, and with that comes the opportunity to do the things important to you. Leslie, may I add you to my contact list so that we may have a future dialogue? Didn't he do that already? And look what she types. Sure. Leslie, how soon do you see yourself making the step to begin taking control? And by this point in time, he's coming across like a salesman. I'm going to discuss it with my husband and see what he says, and hopefully have an answer for you soon. In other words, don't call me, I'll call you. That sounds really great. I'm sure you'll have great success at it. And then he says, how many staff do you manage? Oh, this is what he should have been asking before. How many staff do you manage? And so she comes back and she goes, there are 5 of us in the office, which doesn't sound like much, but we are a non-profit organization that deals with over 1,000 different people a year. We organize huge events and raise scholarship money, etc. Sounds really interesting. What charity is it? She never goes back. She never responds. Are you there? Where did you go? I see you're still online. If you're interested in what I sent you, please get back to me. These conversations are not about you, they're about them. Asking people simple questions. Wait for the answers, and when you get those answers, then you know, is this person interested? Does this person have a need? You don't necessarily have to bring up your business unless you've identified that they are a prospect for your business. Now I'm going to go to 250 miles out, and I'm going to say, you know what, show me all the folks who say they have an income of $250,000 or higher, and they have kids. And every time you do it, you put in another ingredient, you still got, okay, I got 1,200 people. Now, you look at the picture. Now, here's somebody with a picture of the cat. And here's Jackie Velador. And we're scrolling down, and here's Twin. And I love me. We're just looking for people who are smiling. And here's Patricia. Patricia says she's looking for friends. That's not exactly the best smile in the world. Patricia certainly could have come up with a better picture than that. Tampa Party Girl. She's here for networking and friends. Well, what does she do? Got toys? Okay, I can stop right here. I don't have to go any further. I could have stopped with Party Girl. Now, you know, believe it or not, there's a network marketing company out there that sells all kinds of adult toys, and maybe she's involved with that and she's promoting that, but it's not something I'm interested in. On this first page, here's Patricia. She says she's looking for friends, but her name is Surrounded by Hearts. Is she looking for love? Well, there's a little bit of cleavage. No, I don't know. That's the chain. Women who show cleavage in a picture are online looking for relationships. They're not looking for friends. You bring up the page, and again, she's turned my mouse into a rose and a heart with love on it. Well, that could be for Valentine's Day. But we're waiting for the headline to come up. And we're going to scroll down. Her mood is warm. She's taken the time to fill out this page. Let's scroll down and see what is it that she does. Okay, she's married, and she doesn't tell us what she does. You don't exactly have the most information that you need. Now, I want to bring up another conversation. Now, to bring it up to date, all I have to do is click on View Earlier Messages. And we're just going to get into part of this, and we're going to finish it tonight. Just keep clicking on View Earlier Messages until it all comes up. So let's bring up her page first, because we want to see who is Lulu's Destiny. Red is hot is her headline, and she's wearing a red dress. And she doesn't have a status and mood, and she doesn't say very much about what she does. But there's nothing in here that would rule her out as somebody that you'd want to talk to. So, she sent me a friend request. I accepted it, and I wrote back to her and I asked her what she did in an email. She sees me online, and she says, and then I sent her an invitation to instant message. She says, "Are you there?" And I says, "Let me check." LOL. She says, "I see you. How are you doing? This is new to me, so be patient." I said, "No problem. I type slow." Me too. I got it. "Is it raining on you?" I said, "No, because I'm inside." And she goes, "LOL, but it's pouring outside." She says, "You're funny. Here too." I said, "I checked out your MySpace, but you don't list what you do. What do you do?" And she says, "You asked me that, and I told you that I manufacture ceramics for a large department store." And that's kind of embarrassing. I said, I better increase my ginkgo biloba intake. I remember now. It's just a small company that my late husband and I started over 20 years ago. LOL. How long have you been doing that? Over 20 years. It's small, but it pays the bills. And what do you do besides sailing? Do you live alone? Are you in a relationship? And so these extras, she's asking me 3 questions, and the last 2 are questions that would imply that she's, maybe looking for a relationship herself. You only want to ask questions one at a time. She goes, which one of the 3 questions do you want me to answer first? She says, take your pick. Well, I have an internet business. Benefit, that it provides all the money I need to do a lot of traveling and sailing. And then question, what did you do before you had your manufacturing business? I was an exotic dancer. How did you go from that career to what you're doing now? Inquiring minds would like to know. She says, I fell in love with a wonderful man. He passed away 5 years ago from pancreatic cancer. Sorry to hear that. How long were you married? We were together for 19 years and married for the last 2. We moved here from Oklahoma in 1987 with our business. Now, notice that when people are talking about something of interest to them, they open up, and you will learn all about people when asked the right question. Did you work in the business with him before he died? I met him in a club where she was an exotic dancer, but eventually quit to start this business with him. He was newly divorced from a cheater. Well, and going to a club. Okay. Not going to get into that. He had 2 children from a previous 17-year marriage, and that was why we just lived in love. Do you like what you do? Not as much as I used to. Could the business run without you? Notice I'm asking questions for the most part. How many employees do you have? 8. And you? Wow, that's some payroll. Yep. I have 0 employees. Lucky you. I understand the name now. I live on South Beach across from Joe's Stone Crabs all alone. So now I'm answering her questions. I'm working on some ways of reducing that payroll. Yes, very lucky you. Ever thought about selling the business and doing something else? Lots of times. What would you do if you could? But I think I'm stuck in a rut and I just can't make up my mind. Retire. Can you sell the business and make enough to retire? Is that possible? Not sure. You control the conversations with questions. Your choice could range from trailer park living to oceanfront condo. Right now, probably the trailer park. I was thinking maybe motorhome. And so I've identified a prospect, but I had other things to do. So I took a call, and then I said, I'm back. She said, okay, now I have to take a call. And then I said, I have to run out for a few. Will you be on later? And so we agreed to meet at 10 o'clock that night and have the rest of this conversation, which is what I'm going to share with you in our next session. Now, if you know the online agenda of a person, you know by asking questions what they do, how long they've done it, and what did they do before, you never have to worry about fear or stress or contact reluctance or anxiety, because you are in control of anything. Your page, your profile sets the tone for all of the conversations that you're going to have with everybody. There is no rejection. You don't talk to somebody about your business until you learn that they have a need. Let's see who's sending me an instant message. Here's Dreamweaver 2008. And, well, thank you very much. Yes, Debbie and I do have something very special planned for Valentine's Day. And, again, Debbie is someone that I met in a social networking site. Now, whether you're looking for love, or whether you're looking for a business partner, or you're looking for a customer, remember those 6 rules. Always listen to your inner voice. Know what you don't want. Know what you want. Don't accept lies from other people. And the whole process should be fun. And if you're not having success, then you need to identify and break the pattern. And I am very, very happy to say that after some very, very deep soul searching, I went back and I reviewed all of the things, all of the relationships that I've ever had going back to high school, And I identified a pattern, and I made a change, and I broke it, and I am just wild, head over heels, in love with this woman, and life is just going to be grand and great. You all are a keystroke away from finding a customer a day, a business builder a day. It's all about being selective and choosy about the people that you talk to. You have access to so many people. You set yourself up as an authority. You set yourself up as someone that is successful and happy, someone that other people would want to know and meet, simply by putting up a good picture and a page. And so I will be back for our next session, where we will go into more details on how, with the click of a mouse, you can be adding new people to your business as easily as you can pick a green M&M out of a bowl of candy. Talk to you soon.